night to some of you guys. Here it's about 9:30 here. We are here at Tally Tie, a one of my favorite bars near Capitol Hill. We're only about probably 5 minutes away from the Capitol building right now, so we're very close. But we are doing a late night election live stream because the poll, several states out west, such as Montana and California, will not close their polls until well after we're either nearly done or done on this stream tonight. We'll have to cover Los Angeles tomorrow morning on tomorrow morning stream. I know that's the race that everyone is in particular excited about. With Spencer Pratt running against those two Dems out there, and the governor's race as well. But tonight, though, we have poll closings in New Jersey, in Iowa, and New Mexico as well right now. Additionally, there are states, other states, such as South Dakota, that have closed their polls as well. We've discussed all 6 of these states in depth, over the last 2 mornings. Hope you guys were able to get a little nibbit of election preview for the last couple mornings. If you were with us on the stream this morning, though, we had our election preview, but additionally, we talked a lot to a lot of members of Congress. We talked to about 6 or 7 senators, and then we also got a chit-chat with, or not really chit-chat, Congressman Ronnie Jackson of Texas did not talk, did not answer our questions. He was silent to us, so... but we talked to a lot of members of Congress this morning. Should have some really exciting clips for you guys tomorrow. If you weren't able to catch the entire stream this morning, definitely go back, make sure to leave that video a like, leave a comment on it as well. But also tonight, for tonight's video, make sure to leave a video like, leave a comment, say hello if you're on the stream. I would love to hang out, chit chat with you guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well if you're new to the stream. We are here in Washington, D.C., right outside Tally Tie. They have every weeknight, basically, from about, I don't know, I think about probably, let's see what their happy hour is. Their happy hours from 4 to 9:30, Monday through Friday. They got 250 Miller Lights, so it's tough to beat that. Very tough to beat that pricing. The colonel says I'm going to vote after work and didn't recognize any of the names on the ballot, so I voted for random people. Come to find out, it was the independent ballot. Why does Montana have different rules about the ballots? But regardless, a subplot that we're going to be talking about tonight is the Trump administration squishing the 1.766 weaponization fund. It has been dissolved, shriveled it down earlier today. The acting attorney general, Todd Blanche, announced. So we're going to be talking about that as well throughout the night. Tonight we'll be covering that as well. Senator Tom Tillis of North Carolina in particular upset about the anti-weaponization fund, about $1.8 billion. But we're going to be, we'll be talking about that a little bit. Many people were critical of the fund because it potentially could have gone to January 6th, people that had participated during that day. And it was funded by the taxpayers as well. So it was a taxpayer-funded program. There were questions about oversight. The eligibility standards were not clear or precise. And there were also additional questions on how that money would actually be distributed. So We're going to be talking all about that tonight as well. Once again, we're outside of Tally Tie here in Washington, D.C., just a couple blocks away from the Capitol. If you're ever here in D.C., would highly recommend grabbing a bite to eat, grabbing some $2.50 Miller Lights for happy hour. That's tough to beat. Yeah, you cannot beat $2.50 drinks here for happy hour from 4:30, or excuse me, from I think, let's see, from 4 to 9:30 Monday through Friday. So pretty good deal here in DC if you're ever at Tally Tie. So, all right, what's going on, Thomas? Yeah, dude, nice to see you again, man. Says that's good news. Money to the J6 traders was ridiculous. And Thomas says, cheers, man. Enjoy that Miller. The Colonel clarifies, says that 3 ballots, 1 per party, vote on 1, return the other 2. Colonel, no, you accidentally voted on the wrong ballot, it looks like. No. Well, that's weird. I think it's odd that they give you 3 ballots and don't specify, like, they don't allow you to specify which one you prefer. So that is pretty odd there. And Bear says, hell yeah, Bear. Yeah, dude, nice to see you again. Thanks for popping back on the stream. But we're going to dive into some of these election results real quick with you guys before we get into the J6, the Anti-Weaponization Fund deal. Let's go to let's go with Iowa first. Iowa seems to be the juiciest of these early states that has the most competitive districts and competitive primaries. Okay, so we have breaking news out of Iowa. Trump-backed endorsed candidate Ashley Hinson has defeated Jim Carlin in the GOP primary for U.S. Senate to succeed Joni Ernst. Ernst, the incumbent, announced her retirement earlier this year, late last year, and that paved the way for Ashley Hinson, the second district from Iowa's second congressional district, to pass the baton on to her. And it looks like Henson is going to be representing the Republicans come November. A big victory for her. She will face Josh Turek, the Democratic candidate in Iowa. So some pretty big developments there. It looks like Democrats are outvoting Republicans as of this moment in Iowa. Just a little nugget for you to think about. Here tonight, just in Iowa, we'll also go to districts. Some of those House districts are key. But it looks like we got Z is on. What's going on, big dog? Yeah, dude, nice to see you again. Nice to see a couple of the moderators on tonight. Appreciate you both for your service. Thank you to your service to the Awoken community. I hope, yeah, dude. Hope you had a great day. Hopefully everything's going okay at home. I know you had some difficulties the last couple days, but hopefully that's back on the right track. Bear says Kamala's endorsement seems to be the kiss of death, and Trump's endorsements are a win. Yeah, man, it's tough to argue. The president is on a hot streak right now. He has been for a while. And Rex, I concur with the Colonel's message. You are the winner tonight, Rex. So we're going to have we'll propose a toast to Rex on his victory tonight. Yes, you did it. Yes, sir, Rex. Congratulations. But no, okay, so just a little recap for Iowa Senate. Ashley Hinson is going to be the Republican nominee. For the Republicans, she will face Josh Turek, the Democratic candidate. So I Not sure if that's going to be as competitive of a race as the governor race. I know Democrats have invested a lot of time and money into Rob Sand. I think Dems are kind of going to fight for Sand harder than Turek in terms of money and endorsements and time this November. But let's also look at the governor race. Let's see what they've done there. So Rob Sand was unopposed, so it's going to be, we won't see any numbers from him. But it looks like the GOP nomination is really, wow, this is too close to call. Zach Lon is up by about 1,400 some odd votes against Randy Feenstra, the incumbent congressman from Iowa's 4th congressional district, and Adam Steen seems to be trailing with about 7,000 votes, around 21% of the vote. Oh, there. I don't think Iowa has runoff, so I think it's a whoever has the plurality. I doubt any of these. I doubt any of these men are going to get up to 50%. Here, let's see. Let's just double check and see if Iowa has run. I don't think they do. But I doubt. Yeah, I don't think they do. Um, but yeah, dude, congrats, Rex. We always know you could do it, big man. Okay, yes, see, let's get to the GOP primary. Okay, so for the Iowa governor, here's the Iowa governor. Right now, um, with about 15% of the vote having been reported, Zach Lon is in the lead with about 37%, Randy Feenstra 32.3, and Adam Steen 20.6. And then you got cousin Eddie down here from the Christmas Story with about 6% of the vote, and then you got Brad Sherman with about 4%. So Marco Rubio's little brother. Yeah, I agree, Z. I was kind of surprised to see these early results because Feenstra seemed to be, he had all the money, he had endorsements. So we'll have to see. I agree, Z, though, is that I'm surprised with these early results. Once again, it is too early to call, so nothing official. We're still waiting. But whoever comes out of this 5-person primary will face Rob Sand. Democrats are really hoping he can do well this November. Yeah, Fred's lady says, cousin Eddie, LOL. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you got cousin Eddie down here with 6% of the vote. Rex, you're correct, Rex. The night is still young. There's still a ton of time for trailing candidates to improve their situation. And yes, the Colonel. So I looked earlier. Let's go to New Jersey. Excuse me, New Mexico, rather. The Republicans did not nominate. They never fielded a candidate for U.S. Senate, which is something um, I can't really believe. Is that how you don't even have a sacrificial lamb as a candidate? And we actually saw Senator. So if you were watching the stream earlier today, we were able to talk to Senator Ben Ray Lujan. This morning, he was in D.C. He's winning big time. Maybe he took an afternoon flight or something. But Ben Ray Lujan, he's going to be the Democratic nominee. But yeah, the Republicans did not nominate a candidate. Larry Marker, they're going to mark him in, write him in as their nominee potentially, but seems to be a little concerning because you have a congressional seat there in the second district of New Mexico that's pretty going to be pretty competitive this fall. Um, so very surprised not to see any candidates. Maybe somebody hops in late, but there's still time. Um, Marcus Allen says Marco Rubio's little brother. Uh, Guy, Rye Guy says I think Rob Sand will win in November. Some people have your same view. He's definitely the Iowa Democrats' strongest candidate in probably a decade or more, I'd say. I think he's the state's attorney general. He's the only Iowa Democrat to hold statewide office. Um, um, Here, let's do a little. Um, and season, gentlemen, from what noble household are you from? I'm here in Washington D.C. We're actually here at Telly Tie. Um, they have one of my favorite after work restaurants here to head to. They have two $50 lights after work, so that's really tough to. Yeah, that's tough to go against. Um, Steven says, word on the street, there's a mystery candidate. That's, yeah, there's got to be a mystery candidate. They can't have nobody. Um, so they're going to have to get somebody to run. Um, so, yeah, let's see when that mystery candidate appears. Um, yeah, there's an argument. A couple people are having too much to drink. There's been an argument. You have a gentleman with a botched foot. Um, Seeming to again a potential altercation with a gentleman without a botched foot. I'm not sure how much I'd advise that for our buddy with a um, semi-destroyed foot, but we'll leave that to him. We're not going to intervene. Rex says, "I like mystery candidates." Yeah, dude, it's going to be a fun time. We'll have to see what New Mexico Republicans do. And Benjamin Garcia is in the house. What's going on, Big Ben? Thanks for popping on the stream, dude. Nice to see you as always. Yeah, Rex, I'm gonna stay far away from that. We're not gonna intervene. Let's just say a one-legged man and a kicking. Yeah, we're going to stay away. Let's go to the New Mexico House. Okay, so for District 2, in the key house, the house race we've talked about on the morning streams. So Gabe Vasquez unopposed, as we knew, but Gregory Cunningham is going to be the challenger. He defeats Jose Orozco big time, 85 of 15 in the GOP primary. So that's a big time. Yeah, that's a big time election victory for Mr. Cunningham, and he has a lot of weight on his shoulders. The Republicans need a Cunningham to force Democrats at a minimum to spend a lot of money and time keeping Vasquez around this November. So we're going to have to see how this plays out in November. But so we got this set up. A marquee matchup in November will be Cunningham v. Vasquez in New Mexico's 2nd congressional district. Out of the 3 districts in New Mexico, this will be the only competitive one. Rex says you're a cool dude, Aulden. Dude, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, you're a cool dude for finding the channel and being a subscriber and hanging out with me. So appreciate you being here, dude. Thank you very much. And Carl says, do you like DC? That's where I am from. Yeah, I like DC a lot. It's a lot of fun. We're here outside of Tally Tie, actually, one of my favorite restaurants here in the district. I think they're closing, so I think we need to get a move on here in a moment. So let's quickly look at some of the other states. Yeah, let's look at see how Dusty Johnson is doing in South Dakota, real quick. He will face. Oh no, Dusty Johnson is behind against Toby Doden. It's too early a call. Dusty Johnson is the incumbent. The incumbent. Um, uh, Wait, where is he? Okay, the incumbent member of the House. He is the House District Representative for South Dakota. Remember, they only have one seat because it's such a tiny seat, or tiny state, rather. Excuse me. So we'll have to see what's going on for the GOP primary. They will face Dan Allers, though. Dan Allers is the Democratic nominee. He will advance to November. So congratulations to all candidates tonight. We'll say a lot of people running for office, if it was easier than people, it's cliche, but if running for office was as easy as it sounds, more people would do it. It's very hard to do so. Um, yeah, they come after you, they dig up everything about you, so that's always difficult. Okay, let's see the House results for South Dakota real quickly as well. To succeed Dusty Johnson. The state's Attorney General Marty Jackley crushed James Biolda and the House district. So Marty is probably going to be the next congressperson from South Dakota. Will face Nicole Grinoli for the uh, district or for the general election. All right, let's quickly go to let's go to New Jersey. There's several key races, especially in the House in New Jersey. Especially with that one with Thomas Keene Jr., the member that nobody can find. I don't think he's voted in um, several months now. Rebecca Bennett defeats Tina Shaw and Brian Varela in the Democratic primary to face Thomas Keene Jr. This will be a toss-up district come November, so a huge, very important, um, very important district this fall. So we got that. Cory Booker, he's safe for re-election. No need to look at that. So we've quickly done New Jersey, South Dakota, New Mexico a little bit. Let's go back at Iowa real quick. Then we'll bail from here. Yeah, we'll bail from Tally Tie. So yeah, let's go back at Iowa. We already got the Senate race set up. Let's go to the House seats though. The House districts are going to be pretty key in Iowa because those will all be, especially Nunn and the 4th district. Succeed, and Miller Meeks is running for re-election. Will face Christina Bohan this fall. So they haven't called it for Miller Meeks. She's probably going to win. But Bohan, I think Bohan ran last time, so she is a well-known figure in Iowa politics. Defeats Travis Terrell with little effort there. Yeah, let's go with governor real quick. Still too close to call for governor. They've released about 7-8% more of the vote, and Zach Alon is still in the lead against Feenstra, albeit the lead has shrunk by about 400 votes. So Okay, I think they're about to get going here, and they're about to get going. Um, yeah, I think they want me to go here for talent test. So we're going to pack up the laptop, but we're going to stay on the stream though. We'll be walking around DC. Yeah, we'll head to the Capitol. Yeah, we'll chit chat. We'll hang out with chat a little bit. Because most of the races have been decided already that we were going to talk about tonight. So yeah, the Bear is from Texas. I remember when I was at the Texas State Capitol, Bear gave me some suggestions and stuff to do down in Austin, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have to chug a little bit, Rex. I like these people, and I don't want them to be upset at me for staying late. So all right, let's get going. Um, yeah, if somebody wants to be like, yeah, someone that wants to kind of provide some updates tonight for the election, please do so. The big one that we're going to be for continuing coverage is the um, Iowa governor, especially the GOP primary. So we have a news that's important. Rex, so Rex, you're from Texas as well. What part of Texas are you from, big dog? If you're from the state, rather, I should say, or if you're on the stream still. Del Rio, Texas, right on the border. That's cool. Yeah, so yeah, you guys just had your elections last, or the Senate runoff. Do you have any thoughts on Paxton, or yeah, I guess Paxton is the nominee now. What's your vibe about Paxton versus Tallarico? Man, it's a hard one, but I think I'm going Tallarico. Interesting. Yeah, there's a. I know a lot of people have questions about Paxton's character. That was good. Tally tied treats us well. But we're going to be heading to the U.S. Capitol now. We'll be kind of chilling out in front of the Capitol building for a couple of minutes before heading home with continuing coverage potentially. So that bear says Kamala endorsed Tallarico. Yeah, no surprise there. Kamala, notably not on the ballot. Not on the ballot tonight for California governor. Passed on that in hopes of maybe a presidential run. Is what I think. Um, what maybe she's trying to gun for, which I'm not sure if that's going to work out, but it buys her more time and options at least. Rex says, yes, he's been indicted on multiple charges / things. What's going on, Mud Butters? Thanks for joining the stream tonight. Always good to see you. Hope you had a good rest of your day, man. Yeah, we just left Tally Tie here near Capitol Hill. Dirty Money. Yeah, dude, what's going on, big man? Dude, it's a pleasure to see you, as always. Yeah, Dirty Money and Mud Butters, and Bear as well. All three of you guys have been here for a long time on the stream. The Colonel, Z, them as well. They were here earlier on in the night. Fred's Lady as well is a very strong supporter of the show. But yeah, just wanted to shout out those users for being very strong supporters of the show, very loyal as well. So I'm very thankful for them always hopping on streams and chilling out with us at random times of the day, as always. So yeah, sometimes we're here in the mornings, sometimes it's at night. You never really know when we're going to be streaming. I got a feeling Mudbutter says, big news coming from Jamie Raskin out of Tacoma Park tomorrow. That might be a good opportunity to ask Mr. Raskin some questions then, huh? Because yeah, that's something that is becoming very strong for the channel. I'm not sure if you guys were here the entire morning today, but we were able to talk to like 6 or 7 senators and then a couple members of Congress as well. So when the Congress is in session, I got to be kind of scouting around the Capitol complex, kind of on the search for members to interview and talk to and ask tough questions to in some cases. So, yeah, that seems to be really solid content for the channel. But hey, everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, would love to encourage and ask you if you do have the app Discord to join our channel's Discord. There's about 35, 40 of us in there right now, sending memes, sending breaking news, debating, arguing in some cases. So would love to encourage you to join our channel's Discord. You can find the link to that in our channel description and bio. and it's free. Yeah, so we really just want to have a big group chat for the YouTube, and we debate in there. You know, we do have a very um, do have a very politically diverse channel. I am a free speech absolutist, um, and encourage everyone, no matter what you believe in, to comment on my channel and speak up for what you believe in, because that's how it should be. But we are, yeah, Capitol at night. It's such a beautiful building. Always a beautiful building. Bloated Todd says they just feed you BS. Why ask them anything? Massey was the only honest one, and we lost him. I'm with you, Bloated Todd. I love Thomas Massey. I've met Thomas Massey before in DC. We've actually been able to get him on the show for just a couple 30-second interview. I saw him out here at the Capitol one day. But I was very I was very upset to see him lose his primary, and what the party did to Massey, I think, is unacceptable. um, it's disgusting what they did to him. So I was very upset to see how they treated him. So Mudbutter says Jamie's a nice guy. He will talk with you. Just don't ask dumb questions. Bloated Todd says, y'all, I don't participate in partisan or party play. It's all intended to screw the working poor. We're struggling because of the system. Yeah, dude, Massey, he fought against the system. He fought for the Epstein Files Transparency Act, something which I actually, when I got to meet him last fall, that's what I came up to him and said, thank you, sir, for pushing for the Epstein Files Transparency. We appreciate you fighting for accountability in DC. And it's just, very sad to see him go like that. Very angering, truly. But we are here outside of the Capitol. Ooh, Bloated Todd, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel, big man. Yeah, dude, we're America First on this channel. We, accountability, transparency is something I push for big time on the channel. As you can tell, I'm here based in DC, so we're at the Cap, especially when the Congress is in, in session. We're always here at the Capitol building, talking to members, meeting new people. So I think you'll really enjoy my content if you are just kind of interested in American politics in general. Dude Low says USA first or second? America first, baby. Yeah. It's America first until we die. We have to fight for this country and only this country. Yeah, your money is being sent here. And if your money is going to foreign nations overseas, that's unacceptable, especially when there's so many people that are hungry tonight in the country that don't have somewhere to sleep, that are struggling with debt, whatever it is. Our citizens should be the priority. Well, Mudbutters, how do you know who Bloated Toad voted for then? Spartacus says, what are your thoughts on January 6th? I think it was a riot that got out of control that ultimately, because something like that had never happened before, I just don't think it was in anyone's mind that something like that could happen. For the 24, I was here for the last presidential election, and man, it was much different this time. So, Yeah, there was much more security this time. Spartacus says active domestic terrorism. I guess it depends on the exact words you're using to describe, but I'll say it was like a riot that got out of control. Um, that I don't think either side really anticipated even. And like I'm not sure if everybody there was anticipating that it would result in going inside of the building. Um, but I'm not here to defend them necessarily either. I don't agree with the whole premise behind that as well. Um, that's just my take, though, because I was a before moving to DC, I would work the polls in my home county um, with a bunch of boomers every time. So like, I understand the electoral system. Um, Monty says Aulden is watching over the Constitution day and night. Absolutely, I will protect that baby all the time. Mark Scott says literally an insurrection. Spartacus says they were trying to overthrow the election. Sounds like you are. I'm a conservative Republican myself. Uh, Cindy says you dorks still yapping about J6. It was a nothing event, and there needs to be lightning in that plaza or whatever. Yeah, just imagine right now if there was like a lightning bolt like to the side. That would make the building look so badass right now. Charlie Kirk is dead with a bunch of emojis. What's going on, Charlie Kirk? You've resurrected. Colonel says, so no word on that J6 pipe bomb spooky stuff. That's there, and there's a lot of stuff about that day that doesn't make sense either. Um, because if there was that pipe bomb at the DNC, um, and Kamala Harris was there, so she was the incoming vice president. Um, yeah, Colonel, can you remind us of like what the exact details were with the pipe bomb stuff? Bear says a bunch of dumbasses fell for a federal false flag operation. Is my take, and I think that's solid as well because like, um, if you just look at the like, just imagine all of the discussion online about the planned event, and you're telling me that they can somehow send sheriffs to private residents' houses for criticizing Israel and Florida, but they can't determine if an event, if the J6 event was going to get violent or not. I just have a hard time believing that. Hamadi says some flowers and lightning and benches. You got a couple benches over here, like the sides. The Capitol Police, they're kind of goofing off right now. Um, Rex says, I think there was a Viking. Yeah, there was a Viking there. Um, yeah, what QAnon shaman or yeah, whatever his name was. Uh, I don't want to get run over. The colonel says there's video footage of it being placed, but no arrest. That's right. Yeah. Um, yeah. That's right. That's what it was, and that is odd. Um, I don't know. There's so much weird shit that happens. Um, Rex, you'll be surprised. So you got some people biking right here. So the U.S. Capitol, it's a very chill place to be. Um, people, I've been here close to 4 years now, and in the mornings I've gone on runs around here. Um, I've seen several members of Congress in the area. There's just, you don't know what's going to happen, and that's why most of the time when I stream, I'm chilling out by right here within these couple hundred yards. Um, there's so much that so many important people that here. Let's turn the lighting on. There, you see me a little better. There are so many important people that are here in this building every single day. Um, whether it's people like Kevin O'Leary, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, athletes, right? Like there's just so many. Um, just think of your favorite person. Think of your favorite celebrity, um, and whatever organization they're attached to, they probably have 1 week out of the year. They probably have an advocate. Ad, excuse me, I can't say the word right now. Like a week to be an advocate for something. Advocacy week. Um, like today, this morning, we saw all the purple. It was like a reproductive rights group and Alzheimer's Association. So there's so many people here in and out all the time. Um, hey everybody. All right, so um, actually something that we're seeing about dirty money and uh, Adoru Cindy, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, is that everyone is welcome on my channel. Um, you are allowed to, I'm a free speech absolutist. No matter what your beliefs are or what way you lean, you're welcome on my channel, because I want to lead a big tent coalition um, that will put America first. And I think the country, even though personally I'm right wing and I'm not shy about that, um, is that we should debate politics in a, we should talk to each other, we should debate. Um, but we also need to see what's actually happening in the city. And a lot of times, the mainstream media won't, give you an on the ground view of like what I'm doing right now. So that's why I started the channel. I do believe in uh, this movement and channel. So we need, Spartacus, right? Like we don't, we're going to argue probably all the time, right? But that doesn't mean that we have to be immature or whatever. And we can talk like humans have done for all of history, and find a way to survive and work together. So that's that's my personal belief. So no matter what you believe in, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. We actually ascended over 1,000 subscribers. The Awoken Army is 1,000 strong now. So would encourage you, I would love if you're, no matter what you believe in, hit that subscribe button and join us in future debates and live streams. Okay, so Xavier asks, why subscribe? Fair question. So, Xavier, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So, I'm here in Washington, D.C. currently. Been here a couple of years now. I worked in the Senate for 2 years before this. Before I started this channel, And it really opened my eyes up to seeing how power works in the city, how money impacts people. And even though I'm right wing, there's been some stuff. I think the colonel would agree with me. Um, Wait, Xavier says, "Oh yeah, like this is an America First channel. Yeah, no doubt about that. We are America First. We are American nationalists on this channel. We support our country, and we care about our country above all others for sure. So, yeah, dude, we're America. Yeah, you are in a safe America First area on this channel. But back to my more emotional pitch to you about subscribing to the channel. I talk to members like today on the stream this morning. I talked to 6 senators today, asked them all about the war in Iran. Got various answers there. And then talked to a couple members of Congress. So we're here in D.C. and yeah, we're fighting the good fight, and we are putting America first. Yeah, it's America first until I die. If you are working too hard for that building to piss away the money you send it through your forced taxes, and if that money is not going to benefit you or your community or people that like legit need help, I think Americans are very sympathetic and charitable people. I really do. A lot of our money goes to taxes. And even though we grunt, we're disgruntled by it, we don't like it. It's just kind of part of life, right? Death and taxes. But if that money is going to foreign nations overseas, that's unacceptable right now when there's so many people that are struggling with day-to-day life, like their health, man. There are so many people in this country right now that are concerned about like medical bills or rent or whatever it is. And the only thing this city can seem to do is send your goddamn money overseas. And that pisses me off. And that's why I started the channel. So I really encourage you to help me and join my movement. So that's my pitch to you, Xavier. And he said, yes, let's go. Yeah, let's go, Xavier. Appreciate you, big man. Let's go back to some of the other comments, though. Ooh, we got a gift from Fred a gold from Fred TM. Thank you very much for the gold coin, Fred TM. Hey, everybody, yeah, just a little reminder, we did unlock during the morning show this morning. It's that in August and October, there's going to be not much going on in the city at all because the members will be gone for August recess, which that's an annual yearly planned vacation. And then every 2 years for the elections, everyone goes home in October to campaign and try to get reelected. So I definitely want to be on the ground in swing districts and swing areas this late summer and fall. So whether it's you want to send a super chat for a question that you want me to ask a member of Congress tomorrow when we're doing the morning stream, or however you want to support the show, would deeply appreciate you doing that. Hey, what's going on, Erdogan? Yes, sir. Let's check out some of the comments. Rasputin says the earthquake in Israel is coming. Yeah, it seems like it. But so Spartacus and Adoru, um, you guys should join my Discord. Truly, especially if you guys want to debate people on the YouTube stream. Like the Colonel is in there, Dirty Money is in the Discord, Bear is in the Discord as well. So would definitely encourage you guys to join my Discord. Same with you, Rex, dude. Yeah, Rex, you're chill, dog. So, um, and Erdogan, you're awesome too as well. Um, so we definitely encourage all of you to join my channel's Discord. Um, it's basically a big group chat for the YouTube channel. So, would absolutely love for you guys to hop in there, and we will. Um, yeah, we'll keep debating in the future. So there we go, Spartacus. Yeah, dude. Just just right now, just download the app while you're on here, and I can help you get in my Discord. Because yeah, like it's actually a pretty serious deal there. So, okay, let's get back to some of the other comments though. Um, well, so you absolutely yeah. So, Cindy, you should absolutely join the Discord because Dirty Money is in the Discord, and that's the best way you can debate him. So, um, yeah. So if you join my Discord, Dirty Money will be waiting for you in the arena. Says I'm moving to Japan, dog. Oh, oh, really? One of my best friends is from Japan. Um, seems to be a great country. Um, really, on Sunday? Okay, wow. Um, hmm. Moving there for work or just like pleasure, or what's the occasion, man? Rex says I can't see a Discord link. So if you go to my channel bio, so go to like my homepage on the YouTube, um, and it should be one of the links. Oh, you got it. All right, awesome, Rex. Yeah, that's good, dude. There we go, Rex. Yes, sir, Rex. Yeah. Yes, sir. My wife is Japanese. Well, dude, well, sad to see you leave the States if you are in the States, but wish you only the very best uh, with your new life in Japan. Uh, yeah, it seems to be. Will you be near Tokyo? Yeah, Primal, you should join the Discord as well. I'm sorry, Primal. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break your heart. Um, I didn't see you earlier. No, Primal. Yeah, so Primal, if you just hit my channel description, and um, you should see it should give you a page with several links on it. Um, it should take you right to the all of the links for the Discord. So let me know if you have trouble finding it. But if you just click on my homepage, that's where it should be. Well, dude, well, congratulations about your move. Wishing you only the very best, though. But yeah, I think to Bear's point, Bear is very good at repeating this during the streams. Is that it is a uniparty here in Washington. Um, when it seems we are probably going to see it this Christmas. Is that there will be a big omnibus bill that is proposed and pushed through, regardless of what the voters want or care about. And it's going to be this expensive, fat bill that costs a bunch of money, that ultimately doesn't really do much for the people, except cost a lot of money. So, all right, big dog. Yeah, good luck to you as well, dude. Definitely subscribe to the channel, though. Would love to see you in the future, man. And if you are on Discord, you should still join our Discord, dude. You can show us northern Japan. Yeah, trillions of dollars spare. Yeah, just so much money. It's just a ridiculous amount of money that you can't even imagine it. It's just so ridiculous. It's like so angering, truly. Let's see here. All right, Rex. Rex is in the Discord. Let's go, Rex. Yeah, dude is based. Let's go. Fuck yeah, dog. Let's go, Rex. Yes, dude says count fucking Dracula. Dude, good evening to you. Thanks for joining the stream this evening. Appreciate you being here, big man. Says LMAO. And Easton Clark says hi as well. Good evening, Easton Clark. Appreciate you being here as well. And Yes Dude says, haha, thanks, that was great. Yeah, dude, always love new people on my stream, man. I appreciate people taking the time out of their life. We're all busy. We all have our own stuff going on in life. And, I appreciate people being here. I stream almost daily at this point, and I'm very thankful that people will, hop in my streams and chat with me. But a little bit about me, we are here in Washington, D.C., here in the nation's capital. We're going to be chilling out at the Capitol building for a couple of minutes. Then we'll probably start walking home. Then I'll do like a little pause. And then we'll get the election results set back up. Wow, so we have an excellent comment from Fred TM. That's getting pinned. Fred says, please hit like and subscribe for honest political discussions without unproductive arguments. That's a great comment, Fred. I agree. Yeah, man, we are. So I'm a free speech absolutist. I invite everybody, whether you're far left or far right, to join my channel and to join my political movement that I have started. But we are here in Washington. We're here usually in the mornings by the Capitol. If you were on the stream with us this morning, we talked to 6 different senators, and including a couple of members of Congress. We also talked with Senator Tim Kaine, the 2016 Democratic vice presidential nominee, about the war in Iran this morning. So on this channel, you will find very serious political discussion, talking to members of Congress. So you'll definitely want to check out and subscribe to the channel. So Fred is right. Additionally, the message is gone. Okay, we're going to unpin the protracted message. But regardless, though, we are here in Washington all the time talking with people. So, Yuppie. Yeah, what's going on, Yuppie, dude? Yeah, man, working overtime. We're doing some election coverage tonight. Does anyone have an update on Iowa GOP governor primary? That seemed to be the race that is shocking most of us right now. Randy Feenstra, last we saw, was trailing. He was about 1,000 votes behind with 21% of the vote reported. Yeah, it's very great to see you, Yuppie, though. Hey, Yuppie, if you have Discord, dude, you should join our channel's Discord. We're in there debating politics, chit-chatting, sending memes with each other all the time. So if you're in there, you should absolutely, join our Discord. Okay, let's get back to the Capitol. Wow, so the Colonel says Zach Lane has grown the lead with 60% reporting. Oops, sorry, Dirty Money. Oh, thank you. Dude, Dirty Money is the dog in terms of when my when my feed is spinning and when my audio is screwed up. Bear is great as well. Bear is, he's always on top of it when he's on the stream. But man, sometimes when my finger will hit, I'll hit the reverse camera, but my finger will hit they have the audio button um right next to the flip camera button, which they need to change that. So here's the one under the audio. It's this like um dumbass little uh I don't even know. It can make your screen different. Nobody uses that. So move the audio away from the flip camera. How about you do that, YouTube? So that's my little gripe tonight for everybody. It happens too often. But yeah, that's why I have such amazing fans. Like my fans will continuously, they have my back, they support me, and we are going to grow this movement. And one day, national politics will have to listen to us. Whether it's the president, the Senate Majority Leader, the Speaker of the House, whoever the hell it is, before they get out there and start talking, they're going to have to think about what the Awoken are thinking. So, let's go to all right. Yuppie is going to get going. All right, dude. Always great to see you, Yuppie. Thanks for hopping on the stream, dude. Appreciate you being here. And Easton Clark is a goat right now, saying I've subscribed and politics is in my interest. Dude, that's amazing, Easton. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you being here, big dog, and glad to have you in the future, dude. I think you're going to make a great part of our team. I also appreciate you concerned about the audio as well. So you're definitely going to be, yeah, dude, you're a goat. Just like Bear and Dirty Money. And Yuppie as well. And the Colonel. Yeah, the Colonel. Yeah, I can't believe Zach Lane is growing the lead. If Randy Feenstra loses, I know a couple people that work for Randy Feenstra that are going to be, dude, we may have to start the stream tomorrow outside of Randy Feenstra's office. That would be so bad. Oh no. Because for the last couple of weeks, we've started the Wednesday streams outside of a member that lost re-election. Last week it was John Cornyn. The week before it was Bill Cassidy. And if we have to do that outside of Randy Feenstra's office, oh, that's going to be tough for the Iowa congressman. But maybe he's got a last second jolt in him and he can come back. Bear says, Awokenites. Hey, I like that. Let's see. Yes, sir. Let's do that. Colby Presence. Here, it might be spinning. Here, 1 sec, everybody. There we go. Awokenites. I love that, Bear. Yeah, that's a pretty badass little term. Because I call the movement, like the mass group of people, the title is The Awoken, but that doesn't specify an individual member within the movement. So we have to nail that down as well. All right, so polls have, in about 25 minutes, polls will close in California, where it's still, all right, hey everybody, say goodnight to the Capitol building. We'll be back here in the morning, but we're going to get going. We're going to leave the Capitol building tonight, and we're going to start kind of heading. We may, honestly, guys, I think we're probably going to end the stream here in about 5 or 10 minutes. Because we've been streaming a lot today, and we got to get back at it in the morning. But I will be in the Discord, though, tonight, so if you want to keep chatting, definitely make sure to join the Discord. But yeah, we're going to start heading home for this evening. That's the thing, the primaries are exciting to cover and exciting to talk about. But other than this Iowa GOP primary for governor, a lot of the races we knew what was probably going to happen tonight. So they were either uncontested or just simply not really worthy covering. So Dirty Money says, thanks for your work, Aulden. Appreciate you, big dog. Yeah, dude, you've been here a long time, dude. You've been one of the OGs. So, dude, once this channel reaches 1 million subscribers, isn't that going to be wild, Dirty Money? Yeah, like, you will always, and I think about this in terms of my life sometimes too, this channel, because now it's getting to the point where we've been doing this several months. We have success, we have a method. What can we actually do to change the world? Yeah, like we can change the world with this Dirty Money. We can alter history forever. That's the point of life, right? Is to go all in, challenge the system, whatever it is. And I think we have a legit shot now. So you're right, we are growing daily. And we're going to grow more tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the day after that, and then the day after that. It's like that Mr. Krabs Plankton phone call. The next day, and then the next day. I'm not stopping, and you're not stopping either. Yeah, Dirty, it is just you and I here. So yeah, we have a little bit of pillow talk tonight. Yeah, just you and I. So yeah, the chat. Yeah, the late night streams are kind of, they're always kind of random. So you never know what's going to happen in them. But yeah, most of the elections are over. So hey, the bear is Bear is here. Let's go, man. Yes, sir. And sometimes I think it takes about 10 or 15 seconds. If like somebody, for me to see somebody is on, or if someone has exited the screen. So yeah, I agree, Dirty. Yeah, the counters lie. So Let's see. Ankit C19 says I look Indian. Bruh. I got a solid little tan going, but it's just because it's so hot in the nation's capital. So the trees are in the way, but here's the United States Senate, the Russell Building, here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. So it's just, summers are always hot here. It's typing it. It's just going to be sweat your ass off every day. So I'll get a little tan, but I promise I'm not Indian though. Bear says I had to go. I had to let the dogs out. I'm back and forth. No worries, big man. Yeah, you gotta take care of your kin. You gotta take care of those precious dogs. Dogs special. Roy, what's going on? Roy will probably be somewhere in the congressional building tomorrow. It looks like, I'm not sure if you're seeing the Iowa governor's race, Roy. Be in a little bit of trouble right now. I don't think they've called it, but he's trailing, and the colonel has reported that Zach Lane has continuously grown his lead throughout the night, with about 60% reporting. So we might have to start the stream. Yeah, we should be. Okay. I hate how it does that because I never see when it disconnects from me. But I appreciate you guys letting me know when my streams disconnect, as always. So we are back better than ever. But yeah, Roy, you're right. And the point I was saying before I got cut off was that Democrats are going to throw the kitchen sink behind Rob Sand. Because Feenstra, I thought, would probably be a more formidable candidate than Zach Lane or any of these other people. So Dems are going to have their, especially, yeah, they'll probably abandon the Senate race and then go all in for governor in Iowa. Maybe they can even try and get coattails for the first district. Yeah, Dems might try to go for Mary Miller Meeks as well. Anakit says, where are you going? Right now I'm going home. Got to start heading home. I just left the Capitol building, though. Hey, Sir Al Dog, what's going on, big man? Dude, I love seeing you, dude. Are you doing okay from your, are you recovering well after your stay in the hospital? Yeah, Dirty Money, great comment, because I saw reports today that Graham Plattner met with met with Chuck Schumer and other Democrat Senate leadership. I think he met with, I think he met with Pelosi for some reason. I'm not even sure why. But Plattner met with Schumer, and Schumer expressed his confidence toward Plattner today. So, saying he thinks that he can defeat Susan Collins, and he's excited to help Democrats retake the Senate, whatever bullshit politician crap they're talking. But yeah, and I think it's too late. I think Janet Mills, I think Chucky wanted her instead of Plattner, but the voters were not getting behind Mills because she was like 80 years old already. So I don't think there was any appetite for her. So they're stuck with Plattner. And I think he is serviceable still. I don't think he's Iron Man, but in Maine, and he is kind of running as a populist, and that's something Collins is going to have to deal with. She's going to have to, I think for the first time in her Senate career, kind of redefine herself a little bit. And that's hard at her age and her status in the Senate, because she's been there since 98 or 99 or something. But if there's anyone in Maine that can do it, it's her. So we'll have to see what her strategy is. All right, good, Sir Owl Dog. Yeah, take it easy, man. You know, rest up. Call friends and family for help. Yeah, we don't want you going back to the hospital anytime soon, dude. So, take care of yourself, okay? Please. Deborah Thompson says, good evening. What's going on, Deborah? Yeah, good evening to you as well. Thanks for joining the stream. Always lovely seeing you. Mudbutter says she is out. Who are you? Who's out? Ha! Deborah and Mudbutters have a rivalry on the channel. Just an FYI for everybody. All right, Dirty Money says, good night, Aulden. Stay safe. Thank you, dude. Good night to you as well. I'll see you probably tomorrow or sometime in the Discord later. Mudbutter says, go to hell. That's not very nice, Mudbutters. No, Mudbutters. Bad. That's not good, That's very rude. Anakit says, go home and take a relaxing shit. Yeah, might have to do that. Especially with how humid it can start getting here in DC. Got to be a little careful with that. So, Bear says, LOL. Deborah says, I am hell, with a devil emoji. Mudbutter says, bad mudbutt. Sorry, Deb. And then Deborah fires back with, some women are into that. Whoa. Did Mudbutters and Deborah just have a little connection tonight? I don't know. Maybe the Awoken, this could be the first Awoken relationship formed here on the channel tonight. I'm just being a little goofy. But so does anyone have an update on can someone check NBC election results for Iowa GOP gubernatorial primary? Because right now it looks like Zach, the Colonel, last reported for us that Zach Lane had increased his lead against Randy Feenstra for Iowa governor with about 60% reporting. Whoa. Mud Butter's just escalating things very quickly that I am not going to repeat. Yeah, there is. Yeah, in the capital, there is always that as well. So, man, late night Awoken. Um, yeah, late night Awoken is a little freaky as well. Definitely late night for a reason. Mudbear said she'll be trapped in a liberal town for. No, she can't be trapped in a liberal town forever. No. Hey everybody, I think most of you guys on the stream right now are already liking the video and have subscribed, but just in case if you're not, would love to remind you, make sure you have hit the like button and are subscribed to the channel and are in our Discord as well. We're still working on getting Mud Butters in the Discord. I think one day we'll get him in there. But yeah, one day we'll get Mud Butters in there. Bear said she can take that clown. No, bruh. No. Not that cloud. No. Clown down to the basement. Dude, yeah, like I cannot argue with that, Bear. Those ears were nice. But yeah, I can't argue against that. But still not sure if the political ideology would allow us to be with each other at all. Like I'm always cordial. As you guys know, I'm very polite and cordial when speaking to people I disagree with. However, she would have killed me by now for sure. So no way, no way stuff like that can happen. Man, for a late night stream, 27 likes. Got a gold coin from Fred as well. So talking a little bit of election, really more of a community building night, it seems like, as well. Excited to be with you guys. Probably only going to be on the stream for another 2 or 3 minutes. We'll sign off here shortly. However, trying to see if we can meet 1 or 2 more people maybe on the stream, or maybe get an update for the governor's race. All right, got a couple new people here. Says JWrong007 says, "Are you that ghost hunter?" Absolutely, you know it. Then, hey, makes sense to me, dude. What's going on, Lucas? Dude, it's awesome to see you, man. We are here in Washington, D.C. once again. We were doing election night coverage. However, the bar that I was residing in was closing down. And I'm at that bar often, so I did not want to become a problem for them, let's say. But, however, dude, it's always good to see you. Makes sense to me. If you're on Discord, dude, would love to have you join our channel's Discord. I think we might have talked about that Friday night for our 1,000 subscriber special. However, we got Rex. Rex is in the Discord now. So Rex is recently in there. Deborah says, "Where's Diego?" I don't know, actually. Last I knew, he was in Florida. See, since I was streaming, unfortunately, I didn't really get to catch up with Diego that much. I'll have to text him though. I'll have to send him a message. Say, hey, dude, nice to meet up with you again. However, not sure where he is though. He's usually not in DC. 278 says, what do you think of Augustus Gloop? Not sure what that is, and yeah, not sure what that is exactly. How was work? Work was solid. We streamed a little bit this morning for a couple of hours. Then I went to my day job for the rest of the day. Then started the stream tonight. So very fun day. Good day on Earth. Very thankful to be alive. Thankful that my parents and other relatives are in good health. Still, thank God every day for that. Should I take this? Deborah says, chicken, that's here for this here Mud Butter won't join the Discord. Yeah, Mud Butter. Yeah, he's a chicken. He's a little baby. He talks a lot of shit, but he won't bring his liberal ass into the Discord though. I think he's scared. Dude, appreciate the like, man. If you're yeah, dude, make sure my apologies if I can't remember your screen name, but dude, we'll love if you're subscribed to the channel. Also, if you have Discord, we'd love if you joined our Discord as well. Yeah, Colonel, that chair has, yeah, when you see furniture on the street in DC, you got to be very, yeah, not sure. Yeah, probably has cat piss on it. Might have cockroaches. DPO says Augustus Gloop is the fat boy from Willy Wonka. What do you think of him? I think I'd advise him to lose some weight. I'd also advise him to um, take care of his health better as well. But here, let's just go back to this chair. Here, it's free. Anyone can take it. I'm not taking it. Maybe somebody will. We'll check on it again in the morning. Makes sense to me. Says, I'll definitely check out the Discord. I'm watching NBC News election coverage right now, and looking interesting for the LA mayoral race, but not looking like it'll be a great night for Spencer Pratt. Man, that's the guy we're all rooting for on the channel. If Spencer Pratt goes down, that means LA will have Karen Bass, the incumbent mayor, remain, or someone further to the left and there. So that would not be good. Here I got these. All right, we Gucci now. Grateful Bear says it has bugs. Yeah. Let's go back to this chair one more time. Makes sense to me. Also says polls close in less than 3 minutes. And yeah, I guess they close in about 1 minute. So now, but yeah, all right, guys. Last time we're going to look at this chair on the stream. Take a good look at it. Deborah says, just get the hell away from it. Okay, let's yeah, let's get away from that couch. Okay, say goodbye to it, everybody. We're leaving the couch forever. hopefully this couch is not here in the morning. Um, yeah, we are leaving this couch finally after about 5 minutes of walking back and forth to the couch from the street. We are leaving the couch. So makes sense to me. Says, personally, I'm rooting for the progressive candidate, but I don't believe any of the other candidates will be great. Just my opinion. Dude, thanks for sharing your opinion. That's what we like and prefer to do on the Awoken channel. We're free speech absolutists, as you learned on Friday, and encourage everyone to speak up, speak their mind on the channel. That's thoughtful, Colonel. Yeah, maybe somebody can, maybe a little couch, or excuse me, maybe a little cat can have a little nap and have somewhere warm to spend the night on that little couch. So, all right, yeah, polls have just closed in California. So we are looking at the governor's race in particular and the Los Angeles mayoral race. For the governor's race, you have Steve Hilton, the GOP candidate, hoping to vying for a spot in the top two, running against Tom Steyer and Xavier Barcelona. Bear. All right, we got a Mark Wayne mullet for U.S. Senate sign in front of this random house. Makes sense to, or Bear. Yeah, Bear, it's probably that clown's couch. So Deborah says, I thank you. We're actually considering taking it. I'm not that like, if I just saw the person, maybe bring it out. Maybe. But the thing is, I don't need anything else in my house right now. So Deborah, this was before you were on the channel. So one day I was walking around Eastern Market in Washington, D.C. Eastern Market it's a neighborhood near Capitol Hill, so like very close. And Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, goes to church very close to the Capitol. And every Sunday, these people will dress up as clowns and will protest him. They will say, go fuck yourself, fuck you, you child killer, whatever it is. And they dress up as clowns. And one day, I just simply went up and started talking to one of them. And I'll send you the link to that video on Discord tonight, because you're in the Discord. It was just a real funny moment. Bear was on that stream as well. It was one of my better streams that didn't last more than, I felt like, 20 or 30 minutes. So Nicholas Alexander says, stay safe out there, man. Thank you, Nicholas. Thanks for joining the stream, big dog. Always love having you here. Yeah, we were covering some of the election results earlier at Tally Tie, one of our favorite bars here in Washington. Looks like Randy Feenstra was in a little bit of trouble. The incumbent congressman from Iowa's 4th congressional district was trailing Zach Lane by around 1,000 votes last time we looked, and the Colonel had reported it about 10 minutes ago that Lane had expanded his lead with about 60% of the vote left, so not much time. Nicholas Alexander says, What are your thoughts on the midterm outlook? Trump looks like he can pick his guys, but will that be enough to keep the House and Senate? Trump, yeah, he's able to get his team. He's able to get his candidates, no matter what state or what district. It's probably at this point the Democrats to lose, because you have a war in Iran. Gas is more expensive. If the Democrats can't pick up 5 House seats, then they deserve to lose forever, probably. Not that I even want them to win, but they don't have to do much to reclaim the House. And the Senate looks like it could be just as likely that they reclaim the Senate, because if you get either Ohio or Texas, if you win one of those and you get North Carolina, then you're back at 49. Alaska seems to be a lot more troublesome than what people are probably talking about right now, especially with there being 2 Dan Sullivans on the ballot now. That is incredibly worrisome, I'd have to assume, for Alaska Republicans in that state, with having Mary Peltola on the ballot. And then if you get Maine, that's in the majority for Democrats. So it's very hard to tell. The summer will provide us more context and details, I believe, in terms of candidates, if the parties have a good candidate in this swing district or not. Nicholas says, who's top 3 at most risk in the House and Senate? That's a good one. I'd say after today, Dan Sullivan of Alaska might be up there. Hopefully he can survive, but some people were upset about his lack of vocal opposition to ranked choice voting, I've heard, in the state, and that might do him in, ultimately, him not being opposed to it enough, with there now being 2 Dan Sullivans on the ballot. That can really screw him up. I'd say another member of the House to look at that's in trouble, Gabe Vasquez of Colorado's 8th district. We haven't talked about him much. He doesn't seem to have, haven't heard much about him since he barely won the swing district of in Colorado. And then another incumbent that's at risk is probably Marcy Kaptur of Ohio's 9th congressional district. I think she's probably in a little bit of trouble as well. So very great question, Nicholas. Thank you for hopping on the stream this evening. Makes sense to me. Says there's still no vote in California, and that's a shocker. We might not know who wins the LA mayoral race for a couple of weeks. Who even knows? They stink at counting votes. I don't know how the hell that doesn't get fixed after once or twice, but I don't live in California and I don't make those decisions, so. We bet. All right, so here we're going to do a Nicholas Alexander with the dab emoji. Okay, so everybody, we're going to do a we'll probably pause the stream here in a second. I don't know. Do you guys really want to keep? I'll keep going on the stream. I'll just need a couple minutes to set up my computer so we can continue with coverage about the election. So here, I'll probably pause the stream for about 10 minutes, and then I'll be back in about 10 minutes, okay? All right, let's do that. Deborah, Okay, so yeah, give me about 10 minutes. I'll see if you guys are still on. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna pause for about 10 minutes. I'll be back soon. Alrighty, let's close this here. All right, nice. Okay, I think we should be. All right, everybody, welcome back from the little intermission here. But we are back. I am back at my place of residence. We don't typically stream here all that much anymore, but we are back. So thank you all for waiting for that little delay there. Yeah, it makes sense to me since we are back. What's going on, big dude? So we actually have some breaking news. It looks like, as of right now, Zach Lon will defeat Randy Feenstra um, by less than a percentage point. However, that's about what 1,400 some 14 1,500 some odd votes. Um, so that's got to be troublesome for Feenstra. Um, all right, let's go to oh, what's up, Parker? What's going on, big man? Dude, you're never late, man. Appreciate you being on the stream, dude. Uh, hope you had a good day at work. Hope that job interview you're hearing, um, yeah, hope you're hearing back. Um, yeah, I can't remember your last status update there. But hey, everybody, yeah, Parker's one of my mods, so say hi, Parker, everybody. All right, so yeah, let's go to the California election. Makes sense to me. Ozzy Crosby, big man. What's going on, dude? Yeah, lovely to see you again um, as well. Yeah, thanks for once again. Thank you for the $10 super chat the other night, dude. That is super based. I cannot uh, express my gratitude enough towards you. Okay, so all right, everybody. Oh wow, looks like Steve Hilton, as of right now, for will at least ensure there is one Republican on the ticket in November. Xavier Baraka is now ahead of Tom Steyer. Tom Steyer being the former presidential candidate. So Chad Bianco, he's well down there. Katie Porter, she's struggling significantly, and all of these other Democratic candidates. There's a Barack Obama Shaw running for governor. I don't even know if that's real. How is that a real person? He's got 2,000 votes. 2,000 people voted for a fake Barack Obama in California. And you got people, there are so many candidates running for governor. You have this dude named Serge Fennekin that's got 76 votes. Look at all these people that only have 100 or 200 votes. But still, then you got Barack Obama again. Then you got Swalwell, the dude who slept with the Chinese spy. He dropped out. They forced him out, basically. They said, hey, politically, we're pointing a gun to your head, get out. So they got him out of the way. And then you have Steve. So Steve Hilton's leading the way. However, this is the top two vote getters advance, no matter what party. Ozzy Crosby says, appreciate you. Yeah, dude. Glad I can talk politics with you. It's always fun talking politics with the new people. Parker says, I'm still at work 12 and a half hours. Wow, that's a long day, brother. Makes sense to me. It says Karen Bass is leading in the LA mayoral race. Deborah says, what happened? Deborah, what happened is, oh, wow, they just did, oh my gosh, a vote dump. Xavier is in the lead now, overtook Steve Hilton in the last 15 seconds. Tom Steyer still trailing significantly behind Hilton for that second place spot. I didn't change. All I did was take my jacket off. My jacket was getting a little hot in here. I still have my shirt and tie on. Um, but I just took my jacket off. Got close, though. Very close, Deborah. All right, let's go to the mayoral race. Okay, guys, this is great news. Spencer Pratt is, as of now, ahead of Natanya Raman and is in prime position to potentially advance to the runoff in November. So Pratt can, if he can survive tonight, that's the question we've been asking all day. If he can advance to the runoff, and it looks like as of now he's in okay shape. And as long as Bass doesn't get a 50% as well, she can't get above 50. She's 12 away. Okay, so that's a little update on the mayoral race. Let's go back to let's go to some of the House results in Cali. Yeah, let's go Pratt Parker. Yes, sir. Uh, Ozzy Crosby says California has voter fraud down to a science. Oh yeah. Um, excuse me. Um, let's find District 41, I think. So yeah, there's still a lot of polls just closed in Cali. We're still looking at a lot of the a lot of these races. What about 40? Okay, so this in District 40, you got Calvert and Kim, two members of Congress, at least former members of Congress, pit against each other. So it looks like the district could retain a Republican seat no matter what. There are just so many Democrats that are running in California. It's insane. Let's go to some of the other, excuse me, some other races. Carter's looking okay. Oh, so in District 6, okay, so a pretty big development there. I'm sure you guys saw Kevin Kiley. He's an incumbent Republican, at least former Republican, in the House of Representatives. He changed his party affiliation to independent to try and sever or survive his primary. It looks like he's doing okay right now. He is in the lead at the moment, but it looks like a Democrat candidate will be running against him if that's how it holds. Let's check out LA Mayor again. All right, Pratt. All right, so it's looking like it's solidly Pratt and Bass are advancing um, to the general for mayoral, which is big. I wasn't sure if Pratt was going to survive tonight, but it looks like he's okay. Let's go back to Iowa governor. 90. Wow, Randy Feenstra, it's looking like he's done for. 96% of the vote has been reported, and Zach Lawn has extended his lead up to 1,500 votes now. I'm really surprised. This might be, in terms of upsets, one of the biggest upsets so far of this 2026 midterms. Feenstra was looking like he was going to get elected weeks prior, and now he might be screwed. Um, Shocking. Breaking news from the Awoken. Deborah says, so there's a few Republicans ahead. Is it unusual or mostly the same amount of GOP's possibly winning? I'd say probably around the same. Um, Actually, less because California just redistricted. So there's going to be 5 fewer Republicans after the general election in California. That was made, however, it was made to counter Texas eliminating 5 Democratic seats. So it's really just, yeah, it was a counter. Nothing too, um, yeah, nothing too big there. However, um, just change things, Deborah. That doesn't stop. Yeah, kind of sad. Parker says I'm about to go. Just checking in. Glad you were still on the stream. Thanks, Park. Yeah, dude, I appreciate you being here, Parker. Thanks for modding for my channel. Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your, I guess, night at work. You've been grinding, brother. You've been grinding today, so Taking off my shoes. Of course, man. Yeah, I cannot. I'm having a tough time seeing or believing what I'm seeing. Randy Feenstra going down is something I did not expect at all. If it holds, if these results hold, that is. Def says, now I know you live downtown somewhere near that red couch. Or are you going to kill me, Deborah? Ozzy Crosby says Dems would never win an honest election. Absolutely, brother. You're right about that. Yeah, Ozzy, dude, if you're on Discord, would love to have you on our Discord. Not sure if I've talked to you about this before. Um, yeah, our Discord. There's about Rex just joined tonight. So excited to see Rex in there now. I think makes sense to me. Has also expressed strong interest in joining the Discord too. Um, but yeah, we would love to have you in there as well, Ozzy. You can find the link to that in our channel description. If you just hit my bio and you see all the links, Discord should be on there, and we'd love to have you in there, Ozzy. Deborah says, better get rid of that couch. Um, I'll find you, lol. Probably going to be some homeless dude sleeping on it in the morning, and no one will take it. Yeah, it's just going to stay there forever. Ozzy says, I've never joined a Discord. Maybe we can, the Awoken Discord can be your first one. And Bear says, I can, I can smell the couch through the screen. Yeah, yeah, Deborah, I'm not. You might not even make it to my home. If you get near that couch, you might just drop dead from that smell. Let's go with. All right, let's. Well, we talked about New Jersey. Yeah, everything in New Jersey was done. Everything, and let's go back to South Dakota. We haven't checked in on South Dakota in a moment. Let's see how our boy Dusty Johnson is doing. Oh, Dusty is in big trouble, I think. 60% of the vote has been reported, and he's down by 6,000 votes. He's in trouble. So, Dusty, incumbent member of Congress, may be on his way out. Might not have a job come January. He might be on the streets with a can full of coins, begging people for something. No, I think it'll be okay, but um, yeah, surprised in South Dakota as well. Who's also Mike Round's easy victory for the incumbent senator. Show you guys this real quick. Uh, Mike will face Julian in the November general election. Julian was unopposed tonight. Let's go to the House district to succeed Dusty Johnson. And it looks like Marty Jackley is in command and in good shape to win the GOP primary. He will face Nicole Griloni tonight. So Marty is in good shape there. David says so. Republican Party winner. Which race are you wanting me to look at, David? And Kenobi 5618 says looking sharp. Thank you, brother. Thanks for hopping on the stream, dude. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you both being here. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure you've hit that like button. Also, that you're subscribed to my channel. We're here talking politics all the time. We were at the U.S. Capitol earlier in the stream, but we're now home. We're home chilling out, finishing out tonight's election results. Really looking at California. Didn't think we'd still be on the stream for California. Let's see if there's anything new about New Mexico. Nothing, yeah, nothing in New Mexico. South Dakota, we just covered. Iowa, we can look at Iowa again. Let's look at New Jersey. We haven't looked at New Jersey in several minutes. Now let's go New Jersey. David says California is the most Democrat state. Yeah, that Vermont is pretty liberal. Delaware, Illinois. There might be the most Democrats in California, but I bet Delaware and Vermont probably vote at a higher proportion for the Democrats than California does. That's just my guess, though. Rhode Island is another one of those states. I see, not a whole lot happening in New Jersey. Let's get off of here. Deborah says it's progressive and not Democrat. Okay. Yeah, you can make that argument. I think that's fair. It makes sense to me. It says Spencer Pratt and Karen Bass. That race has tightened significantly. Let's go California. Los Angeles mayor. Yeah, you're right. Makes sense to me. Spencer Pratt at about 30%, Karen Bass at about 36.5%. But yeah, Ozzy, so all Pratt has to do tonight is finish in the top two. If he makes the top two, he advances to November. So all he's got to do is survive tonight. And Ozzy, imagine the campaign ads he can think of during the rest of this summer. He will scorch earth Bass. Imagine them debating. If you give Pratt time, I think there's potential. So as long as Pratt can buy time, he's got a shot. And that's what he's looking at probably achieving tonight. It looks like that far leftist Nurhan Rayman is trailing by about 10%. But to make sense to me's point is there's about half of the vote still to be reported, about 430,000 ballots left. So we don't know how that's going to end up. The governor race, though, Steve Hilton has reclaimed the lead. However, same deal. It's just about just got to get in the top two, basically. Yeah, as long as you're in the top two, you make it to November. Patrick Barker says, morning from Denmark. Why is Karen Bass even spoken about? Disgraceful woman. What's going on, Patrick? Welcome. I'm here in Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, the capital of the United States of America. I was just at our Capitol building about an hour ago. I'm usually there. However, I'm home now. We're finishing election night at home tonight. We're looking at California Governor Steve Hilton in the lead, Xavier Bakra uh, slightly trailing, but those two would be the two candidates for November. Tom Steyer and everyone below this would be eliminated. Yeah, here let me show you the LA May, the mayoral, Patrick. So yeah, Patrick, you have Bass in the lead, but you have Spencer Pratt trailing behind. The top two vote getters will advance to the runoff in November. So if Pratt can hang on, he will advance, and he'll have a couple more months to really go after Bass. Um, let's go Iowa governor. Let's see if there's been any updates in the governor race in Iowa. Oh no. I think it's getting to the close point where they can almost call it for Zach Long. 98% of the vote now, and only 4,300 votes projected remaining. Randy Feenstra is about 1,300 or so votes. Or actually, wait. No, excuse me, 1,800 votes behind Lon. And if there's only 4,300 remaining, I think this guy's probably over. I think tomorrow morning we will be starting the stream outside of Randy Feenstra's office. I saddened to say that, but it looks like he's in big trouble right now. It looks like he's toast. I'm not sure what you guys think. And this would be Donald Trump's first L in GOP primaries this cycle, actually. If Feenstra goes down, Zach Long would have ran, ran through the Trump endorsement, the Trump backed candidate, um, which would be crazy. Yeah, that would be a significant accomplishment for Zach Long. Would have to give him some credit. We have Cousin Eddie, about 7,000 votes, 3%. Cousin Eddie, yeah, if you voted for Cousin Eddie, yeah, you made the difference today between Zach Long and Randy Feenstra. Wow. Crazy. Yeah. Unreal. I can't really believe this right now. So Iowa governor, wow. Hey Randall, what's going on, big man? Randall sits house and the numbers look Aulden. Numbers are kind of all over the place. The race that we are most surprised about right now is Zach Long ahead of Randy Feenstra for governor of Iowa. Feenstra was backed by Trump. He's an incumbent representative in the uh, member of Congress, got the president's endorsement, and it's looking like it wasn't enough, at least as of right now. 98% in, the Feenstra's down by around 1,800 or so votes. Um, Not looking good. Makes sense to me, says NBC News on Ground interview with Pratt supporters shows very drunk. And so a lot of his supporters are crossfaded right now, and they're physical towards the reporter. Well, that's not good. Hopefully, yeah, maybe they can get under control or something. Yeah, have a glass of water. Valent Thor says aliens showing up will finally prove one thing: humanity can literally turn world-changing event into a complete extinction of every single piece of toilet paper on the planet. Yeah, dude, what's going on? Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, Randall, any other races you're interested about? We have Iowa, California, Montana. We haven't even looked at Montana yet. Let's look at Montana. Right, so not a whole lot of competitive primaries out here in the Big Sky State. Let's go to the Senate result, though. Kurt Alm is going to be the GOP nominee for Senate. Defeats Lee Calhoun and Charles Walking Child. The Democrats still too close to call. Alani Bankhead is defeating Riley Neal and Michael Black Wolf. Christopher Coe and Michael Hummert as well, all trailing the leader Bankhead. All right, let's go. Let's check out Spencer Pratt again. So Pratt is still hanging on to about 30.3% of the vote. Bass is ahead, but all Pratt has to do is get in the top two. And he's significantly ahead of Netheta Raman. So if he can hang on, there's about 55% of the vote remaining to be counted. If Pratt can remain where he is, he gets to November, and then anything can happen. Imagine if Pratt gets another 3 or 4 months of brainstorming ads and campaign commercials. This could happen at this rate then, with how bad LA is. Oh wait, okay, so hang on. Looks like Lon will make it, lead of 0.8% with 1% of the vote remaining. I think so too. So let's go back to Iowa. Iowa, the race that is shocking us the most tonight is the Iowa governor's race. There's no bigger shock in the political world right now than Iowa. Randy Feenstra was backed by President Trump. He's an incumbent member of Congress from the 4th District, and Jack Lon is ahead by, around still 1,800 votes, with about 4,300 votes remaining. Here, let's flip it for you. This might be the end of, Feenstra. I think he's on the Agricultural Committee. A big-time member. Whoever ends up on top of this will face Rob Sand in the November election. Oh, Iowa Democrats have been pimping Sand up for years now. Ryan Barnes says any Bigfoots in Montana. I'm sure there's probably got to be a couple. Makes sense to me. Says looks like okay. We already got that one. Randall says seen a snippet of Newt Gingrich in an interview saying Trump will cause the restructuring of Democrats for years to come. Yeah, potentially. Newt's kind of one of those older boomer GOP guys, though. So he's going to be praising Trump a lot, um, for sure. Howard says I'm from Iowa. What's going on, Howard? Thanks for popping in the stream tonight, big man. Love seeing you here. I'm from Iowa as well. Were you able to vote today or vote sometime in the last week or so? Makes sense to me, says Tom Steyer. Closes the gap slightly between him and Bikra. Not much changed otherwise. That's what I was thinking. It looks like Hilton and Bikra will probably be the two candidates. That will be the two candidates this fall. Steyer might be in a little bit of trouble. Let's just refresh it. Yeah. All right, so here we're going to go with Twitter. Let's go with X. Howard says, yes, awesome, dude. Well, way to go, Howard. Jacksonville Kid, sorry about that, says, hey, dude. And Paul, hey, Paul, what's going on, Paul? Yeah, love to see you guys. Immigrant Republican Steve Hilton can speak on immigration as he's an immigrant. And this is what of the Democrats fear. The money to make off immigration will come to an end. Paul Howard says Randy Feenstra is my rep. Okay. Yeah, I saw that first one and I'm like, Howard, who did you vote for today? But Randy Feenstra, that makes a lot more sense. Paul says Mayor Karen ass about to get maggot. I love your joke, the non-binary joker. It's the goofiest thing I've seen. Spencer Pratt for the win. She says amen at Jacksonville Kid. Paul says, what's up, buddy? She says Paul Willow. Yeah, guys. Hey, everybody, if you're just now hopping on the stream, make sure you've left the video like. I think all of you guys are subscribed for sure, so don't have to remind you all of that. However, let's see if we can get up to around 40 likes by the end of the stream. That would be chill. Let's go Wasserman. Nothing from Wasserman. Yeah, nothing about. I've seen enough from Dave Wasserman. Randall says, not related to voting tonight, but Jared Polis of Colorado vetoed anti-surveillance pricing because he said it prevents pricing to go to the less fortunate. What's your all feel for the night so far? I haven't tuned into any of it. So the biggest surprise is Randy Feenstra probably losing the primary tonight. Okay, they've counted more votes. Now there's only about 3,000 votes left. 99% isn't. So I think Randy Feenstra's a goner. He's probably going to lose. I'll show it to you guys. There's 3,000 votes left, and he's down by about, I wouldn't, what, that's still 1,800 votes or so. He's in trouble. Yeah. Let's go to LA. Yeah, let's go back to the California governor race one more time. All right, Hilton's got a little over 1 million votes. So it looks like Hilton and Bekra will advance to the general. Tom Steyer looks to be a little cooked right now. And then the mayoral race is still about relatively unchanged, which a lot of this will come down to how many of these votes are mail-in ballots that will be counted in the next week and a half or so. So that's always concerning. Yeah, California, for whatever reason, cannot seem to get their elections together. So you had nothing too crazy out of New Jersey, nothing too crazy out of South Dakota, really. Dusty Johnson is probably going to lose there. Montana, nothing either. New Mexico, nothing either there. So it's really been a California and Iowa night. Top Hat waving. What's going on, Top Hat? Then Lord Christ says you look like capitalism. Do you know Grow Maloney? He's our channel's communist. He'd probably say something like that to me as well. Not sure if that was like insult or compliment or whatever, but yeah. But nice to meet you though. Thanks for hanging on the stream though. ND says, "Are you a Mormon?" Not a Mormon. I don't know. The last couple of days, like 10 people have asked me if I'm a Mormon. I promise I'm not a Mormon. Yeah. What about me? Do I don't even know why. What the deal is about being a Mormon? White shirt and tie. Okay. I had no idea that was associated with being a Mormon. Lord Cross says, "Do you believe in an absolute free market?" Yeah, I believe in the free market. Yeah. Um,
Now there are ways to prevent like monopolies and stuff, of course, but makes sense to me. So it's based on results and election day votes. Steve Hilton. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you make a good point. Makes sense to me. I agree with you. ND says you're giving Mormon too clean cut and wearing a plain shirt and tie. Well, you haven't seen me on Purple Friday. Um, so usually you got a purple suit jacket on. It's just late at night now. We were at the U.S. Capitol earlier today. Um, yeah, 2,800 votes remaining. Nothing changed in Iowa governor race. Lord Crisis of the West has failed at its own game. Foreigners willing to provide the same service for cheaper. Now they want socialism to make it fair. Hog Rider says, have you seen the play Book of Mormon and Broadway? No, I haven't seen that. Ozzy says, I'm a sharp dresser. Uh, Nothing wrong with that. Socialism doesn't work. ND says the state should have ownership over industries to ensure optimum output and fair treatment of the workers. Well, there's already a lot of labor laws, and you have unions. Like, yeah, you can agree or disagree with unions, but like there is already protections and uh, methods, preventative methods that are already in there. I think. Um, so I don't think the state should have ownership over industries, though, not at all. Deborah says, I don't like unions. I feel forced and pressure to give more money on top of taxes I'll or I won't get hired. Um, Individual says profits are stolen labor. Nobody should be profiting off essential services like energy production, healthcare, and housing. Ozzy Crosby asks if he's a communist. Makes sense to me. He says, do you believe DC should become a U.S. state? No, that's something people talk about a lot here. Since I haven't really been born and raised here, I don't have too much of a view on it. However, I would just say on the outset that taxation with that representation would be a little annoying. So I do kind of understand um, a lot of the Washingtonians' um, frustrations with that here. I will say that. Competition raises standards for workers and businesses. Deborah says some Seattle unions take extra money out of the paycheck. Yeah. Ozzy says if you want to see socialism at work, just look at any Dem run city. Yeah, just look at LA. That's how people are like, well, how is this goofy TV star Spencer Pratt going to do well? Well, just look at the city. There's the homeless population is out of control. Drugs, homelessness, yeah, everything bad is going on there. ND says, what benefits do people get from having any of the industries mentioned privatized? Well, let's look. Let's look at Obamacare and um, like forced people having to force people get health insurance. If they can't afford it, then you hit them with the penalty. So I'm not sure if that's a good idea either. Well, right now I don't have health insurance because I can't afford it. And but DC wants me to pay like a fine for not having health insurance. So I think that's just the um, one of the dumbest things I've ever uh, heard of. Um, so you're being punished for not being able to afford anything. Um, so yeah, I just totally reject um, this big government healthcare stuff. I think it's ridiculous. I just I'm 58, don't have health insurance. Uh, let's see. Yeah, Deborah, that's the big. Oh, that used to be the thing about Obama. Like a lot of these leftist and liberal areas still have like the Obamacare law about if you don't have health insurance, you get punished for not having health insurance and have to pay for it. While we all know illegal immigrants use the emergency room for yeah, basically their clinic, and they don't have to pay for anything, but the citizens have to pay for it. Um, so I think that should change. Actually, that's what needs to change. It sucks that we have to pay for illegal immigrant health care, and when citizens can't afford it. Well, that would be nice, but that's just not the way it works, though. Yeah, there's no such thing as free healthcare. Well, I think that's a different conversation, and I'm opposed to the war in Iran too. Like, I don't want uh, the channel is America First. Um, so, like, I don't want a regime change war in the Middle East either. Hey, everybody, just a little reminder: if you're just now hopping on the stream, make sure you leave the video a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We have late night political discussions such as this one all the time. Additionally, if you enjoy debating politics, uh, you should join our channel's Discord. There's about 35, 40 of us in there, debating, hanging out, sending memes, whatever. So you can find the link to that in our channel's description, um, on our channel bio. Sonia says hello. What's going on, Sonia? Yeah, so I think makes sense to me. Says election analysis says the Steyer runs up with late analysis arriving vote by mail. There's potential he could get 50,000 votes of Hilton, leaving election day vote to determine leader. Deborah says if we cut military budget, we have more low lives in the military who will sell drugs instead of go after them. Dirty Money says not giving up our country's security for bums that refuse to work. Morsterful says, Indy, I agree with you that on the stance, but Medicare would Medicare for all would cost about 3.5 trillion. The whole military budget this year is $1 trillion. What's going on, Jose? Brazilian flag says, "Are you MAGA?" Yep, we're right wing. I'm right wing. Deborah says, "Gotta stay clear of that red couch." Yeah, we gotta stay away from her now. Deborah says, "I'm Republican, not MAGA. Those names are getting stupid." Yeah, I think some outlets are calling it for Zach Lon. Randy Feenstra is in trouble. He's done. Randy Feenstra will be eliminated. And I think, guys, we're going to start the stream um, at Randy Feenstra's office tomorrow. Bear says the left is really mad about trans being booted from the military. That's how they were making taxpayers pay for their operations. Deborah says, I'm heading to bed. Don't sleep anywhere else. Okay, Alden? I got you, Deborah. I'll be okay. Thank you, Deborah. That's what I think. So let's do one more check on LA mayoral race. And then we're going to end it tonight because we got to get back on the stream in the morning because we got a big day tomorrow. We're going to be talking to more members of Congress tomorrow. Um, yeah, we'll be talking to more senators and members of Congress tomorrow. We'll be back at the U.S. Capitol. We'll be inside of the Capitol as well tomorrow. So you'll definitely want to join us in the morning. So, hey, everybody, we're going to sign off here in a moment. Would just love to remind you, make sure you have hit that subscribe button. Make sure you've left the video a like. Also, join our Discord if you like debating politics, because we got a big day tomorrow. We're going to be talking with members of Congress once again. We talked to about probably 7 or 8 members of Congress today. Asked them about the war in Iran in particular. So, um, makes sense to me. So it's free speech. I'd consider myself a centrist, but rooted with leftist ideas. Supported Harris, but not Joe Biden. Can support Trump, not an 8 or 12, but would have supported GOP if not for Obama. Tommy says the rest of the Dems now. So yeah, ND, definitely join our Discord, dude. I'd love to debate you sometime in there. Just I don't have the time tonight. Yeah, we're going to cut the stream now. But okay, everybody. Well, I think we're going to end things here. Thank you all for hanging out with me on the stream tonight. It's been a very been a long night on the stream. Appreciate you guys all being here. Excuse me. Yeah, appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully, you guys learned a little bit about the election results tonight. We'll be back with you in the morning. We'll be inside of the U.S. Congressional Building talking to members of Congress once again. But yeah, big takeaway tonight. Randy Feenstra went down. I was really surprised to see that. So, yeah, it makes sense to me. Make sure you get in the Discord, dude. Let's debate sometime. But okay, everybody. Well, you guys have been Awoken with Aulden. Much love, everybody. Good night. We will catch you in the morning. So goodbye, everybody.